Imagine a world where no one goes hungry, where every child has clean water, and where wars are a distant memory. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you it's not just possible, it's already within our grasp? We have enough resources to make this a reality. The only thing stopping us is ourselves. Specifically, the way our leaders divide us, hoard our wealth, and distract us from the truth. Welcome to the story of resource abundance, mismanagement, and the corrupt systems that keep us fighting each other instead of building a better world. Section 1. The Myth of Scarcity. Let's start with the facts. We live in a world of abundance, not scarcity. Food. We produce enough to feed 10 billion people, yet 820 million go hungry every day. Why? Because we waste 1/3 of all food produced, about 1.3 billion tons annually. In the US, 40% of food is discarded, often because it doesn't look perfect. Meanwhile, children starve because they can't afford ugly produce. Companies like Misfits Market are trying to change that, but the system is stacked against them. Water. The Earth has 43,750 cubic kilometers of renewable fresh water each year, more than enough for everyone. We use only 4,600 cubic kilometers, just 10% of what's available. Desalination technology could solve shortages in arid regions, but it's often controlled by private interests, making it expensive and inaccessible. Land. Only 1 to 3% of the Earth's land is used for housing. That means there's plenty of space for everyone to have a home, but land is often hoarded by the wealthy or left undeveloped for speculation. This isn't about scarcity, it's about greed and mismanagement. Section 2. The role of greed and war. So, why does this happen? Because greed and war stand in the way of progress. The top 1% of the world's population controls 43% of global wealth, $215 trillion, while the bottom 50% owns just 1%. This elite group uses their power to influence policies that protect their interests, often at the expense of the majority. They lobby for tax breaks, exploit loopholes, and ensure that resources flow to them, not to those who need them most. War. Conflicts are often fueled by the desire to control resources. Look at the Democratic Republic of Congo, rich in minerals like cobalt, yet plagued by war that has killed millions. As this person on X points out, these crises are manufactured to allow corporations access to critical resources while the local population suffers. Even in regions with abundance, war disrupts economies, destroys infrastructure, and prevents people from accessing the resources they need. It's a cycle of exploitation that benefits the few while devastating the many. Section 3. The illusion of scarcity and political distraction. But here's the hard truth. Politicians from all sides are in on it. They keep us divided. Democrats versus Republicans, left versus right. So we're too busy fighting each other to notice that they're all part of the same corrupt system. The game of division? Politicians, aided by media owned by their corporate backers, focus on cultural wars and partisan battles. While we're arguing over social issues, they're passing laws that benefit the wealthy and entrench inequality. It's a distraction tactic, plain and simple. The illusion of scarcity. They tell us there's not enough to go around, that we have to compete for limited resources. But as another person on X says, there is no such thing as scarcity in resources on our planet. Earth is abundant with all the necessities required for us to live on. Greedy corporations, powerful people, politicians deliberately manipulate our resources for profit. The corrupt system. Both major parties in the US, for example, receive millions from the same billionaires and corporations. In 2020, the top 0.1% contributed over $1 billion to political campaigns. That's not democracy. That's buying influence. Politicians serve their donors, not the people. They use fear and hatred to keep us in line. They pit the middle class against those who rely on food stamps, saying there's not enough for everyone. But the truth is, there's plenty, if we just share it fairly. Section 4. A call to action. So, what can we do? How do we break this cycle? Step 1. See through the distractions. Stop letting politicians divide us. Our real enemies aren't the people across the aisle. They're the systems that keep us poor, hungry, and at war. Step 2. Demand accountability. Push for transparency in government and corporations. Support policies like wealth taxes on the ultra-rich which could raise hundreds of billions to fund global needs. Vote for leaders who prioritize people over profits. Step 3, educate and unite. Spread this message. Talk to your friends, family, and community about how we're being manipulated. The more people who understand the truth, the harder it will be for the elite to maintain their grip on power. Step 4, take action. Locally support initiatives that reduce waste, like buying ugly produce or participating in community gardens. Advocate for better resource management in your area. Every small step builds momentum for larger change. Remember, we have the resources, we have the technology. What we need is the will to use them wisely. Let's stop fighting each other and start fighting for a world where everyone can thrive. The future is ours to shape. Let's choose abundance over scarcity, peace over war, and unity over division.